Welcome to Arthos, where ancient wisdom meets modern understanding. Episode 13, The Reality Check. Have you ever looked at a mirage in a desert or a reflection in a pool of water? From a distance, it looks absolutely real. You could swear there is water right there. But the moment you reach for it, your hand touches nothing but dry sand or cold glass. We spent our entire lives chasing things that look solid. Money, fame, the perfect physical body, the opinions of others. We treat these reflections as the ultimate truth. But 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna gave Arjuna a reality check that is so profound, it redefines how you look at the world. He taught him that if something changes, it was never truly real to begin with. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita. This is episode 13, The Reality Check. We are continuing our journey through the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. As we move through these foundational verses, we are learning to distinguish between the shadow and the substance. Today, we dive into the deep logic of existence, learning what stays, what goes, and why we shouldn't grieve for the temporary. Let's step into part 1 of today's story, the search for the permanent. In our last episode, Krishna told Arjuna to tolerate the changing seasons of life, the happiness and the distress. But Arjuna is still human. He is thinking, why should I tolerate this pain? If the pain feels so real, how can I just ignore it? Arjuna is struggling with the transition from the physical world to the spiritual truth. He is looking at his grandfather Bhishma and seeing a body that will soon bleed. Krishna sees this struggle and realizes he must give Arjuna a mathematical, logical test to define what is real and what is unreal. Now, let's dive into part 2, the definition of existence. Listen to Shlok 16, a verse that serves as the ultimate filter for the human mind. Nasto vidyad bhavo nabvo vidyad sateh, ubhay API drishto NTS TV anayos tattvadarshi bhi. The direct translation is, those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent there is no endurance, and of the existent there is no cessation. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Krishna then explains what is permanent in Shlok 17. Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvam idam tatam, vinasham avyasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Know that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. And finally, he draws the line in Shlok 18. Antavanta ayami deha nityasyokta sharirina. Anashino prameyasya tasmad yudhyasva bharat. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharat. This brings us to part 3. The logic of the seers. Let's look at the incredible Sanskrit words Asat and Saturday. Asat means that which is not or the non-existent. Krishna says of the Asat, there is no bhava, no permanent endurance. Think of a cloud. It exists for a moment, then it changes shape, and then it vanishes. Because it changes, the ancient seers, the Tattvadarshi Bhiya, classify it as unreal. Sat means that which is or the eternal truth. Of the Sat, there is no abhava. It can never cease to exist. Krishna is telling Arjuna, look at your grandfather. His body is antavanta. It has a certain end. It was born, it aged, and it will fall. It is asat. But the soul that pervades that body, that is avinashi, indestructible. No weapon, no army, and no time can destroy it. By using the word apramiyasya, which means immeasurable or unfathomable, Krishna reminds Arjuna that you cannot understand the soul using a ruler or a microscope. You have to understand it through the logic of permanence. If it's permanent, it's real. If it changes, it's a temporary costume. And finally, we arrive at part 4, the mirror of the mirage. In our modern lives, we suffer because we invest all our emotions into the Asat. We build our entire happiness on a cloud, a bank balance that can drop, a job title that can be taken away, or a physical appearance that must age. When these things change, we feel like we are dying. But the Gita gives you a new reality check. Every morning, look in the mirror and ask, what is changing and what is staying? Your thoughts change. Your feelings change. Your cells change. All of that is Asat. But the observer inside you, the one who has been watching your life since you were 5 years old, that is Saturday. That is the indestructible you. Krishna has given Arjuna the logic. He has explained that the body is a temporary shell and the soul is the eternal pilot. But Arjuna is still hesitant. He thinks, even if the soul is eternal, isn't killing still a sin? Won't I be the cause of death? In the next episode, Krishna uses a chillingly powerful analogy to explain that a soul can no more be killed than the air can be cut. See you in episode 14.